Alright folks, welcome back to King's Consoles. This video is going to bring a little look at the nominations, or the nominees I should say, for the Game Awards 2015. The Game Awards is to take place, as you can see on the screen, live from LA on December the 3rd, 2015. At the time of recording, you can see a little timer on the website. There's 2 days, 16 hours and 12 minutes. I'm not going to count the seconds because they change all the time. So this is just a little video going through the nominees, what my personal opinion would be of who should win and who I think would win. Maybe the same in some categories, but there is games that I'm not really aware of, or there's titles which I haven't had any experience myself on. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, because if that's the case, this will probably end up being a 2-hour video. So I'm just going to kind of fly through it, and then what we'll probably do is after the event come back and just see how right I was or who actually won it, just a bit of an update. So let's get down to it. Let's have a look at the nominees, and now you can have a look at this yourself, of course. This is on the Game Awards website. So we'll start off with the big one, Game of the Year. Now you will see a bit of a theme, and this generally happens with any awards, is the categories will fall into these main games. So we have Bloodborne, PlayStation exclusive of course, Fallout 4 by Bethesda Game Studios, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, and Super Mario Maker, and last but not least, The Witcher Wild Hunt. So, out of these games, my own personal opinion, I've not played much of the games, but I do feel that this is a tough one to call. I think it should actually go to Witcher 3. Now, my god, my mouse is starting to go mental. I think it should go to Witcher 3, and I think one of the difficulties that is with any awards is that because it was released so early in the year, much like Bloodborne, it may be forgotten about, because at the moment really Fallout 4 is in everyone's eyes, and Metal Gear Solid has not been that far along either. I do think it's going to go to Fallout 4 for that very reason. I mean, all these games are quality titles. My personal opinion, I think it should be Witcher 3, but I believe this Game of the Year is going to go to Fallout 4 on this occasion. So that's Game of the Year. Now you may see this at a bit of a trend, and if it does get a bit too samey, I'll just carry on. Developer of the Year, although I did say that Witcher 3 should take the title, I do feel that Kojima Productions will end up winning this one, or should win this one, mainly due to the amount of work that has gone into Metal Gear Solid 5. As much as I feel that Witcher 3 would win the Game of the Year, I believe the fact that the team no longer exists in some degree, they may end up getting the award almost like a sympathy vote. But that's my personal opinion, Kojima Productions. I think who will win it though will probably go down to, just to wind things up a little bit, I think CJ Projekt Red may actually win this. Now, you tend to find the trend is whoever wins Game of the Year will win the Developer of the Year. But just to shake it up, so who I think should win it should be Kojima, but CD Projekt Red I think will win the Developer of the Year. Apologies if you do hear my mouse clicking. I'm trying to keep it as far away from the mic as possible. Best Independent Game. This is one I'm not really too sure of, as I haven't played many of them. I have heard of Axiom Verge, a lot of that from Kind of Funny. They've talked about Axiom Verge, Colin and Greg. Her Story, never heard it before, watched a few trailers about it, looks quite interesting. One thing I have realised by doing this video, I had a quick look through obviously of the nominations before making this video. There's games I haven't actually heard of. I think this one, so let's just run through them again. So Ori and the Blighting Forest, I heard of that as well, never played it. Rocket League, one of my personal favourites. And Undertale. So out of all these games, the one I have heard of Axiom Verge, I've heard of Ori, and Rocket League. I think with the impact that Rocket League's actually had, that's my personal opinion out of this lot, should win the award, and I think it will win the award, because you've now even got tournaments on MLG with Rocket League. It's probably been the one that's had the biggest impact. So yeah, Rocket League's my pick for Independent Game of the Year. And let's move on to Best Mobile and Handheld Game. This is another area I'm not really too sure of myself. Downwell, never heard of it, so really can't comment on it. Looks kind of cool. Looks like an old Spectrum game. Fallout Shelter, I have played a little bit of this. It's not my type of game, but really well made. Lara Croft Go, once again, never knew this even existed. Kind of like the old Tomb Raider style though. Lara's get up there in that video, or that picture I should say. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. See, another game, I have played the Monster Hunter series, but never on the any of the mobile handhelds. And Pac-Man 256, which I have played. I have got on my mobile phone. Now, the one I think should win it, and it's probably one I've actually played the most, fun enough, is Pac-Man 256. Now, I know it's an old game, but as far as mobile games go, it's pretty much pick up and play. So if you're on the bus or you just want to waste a bit of time, there's nothing better than Pac-Man to do that. So that's my winner. The one I think will win will most likely be Fallout Shelter, just due to the Fallout hype train. And it is a good game. I've played it. It's just not my type of game to really play. So that's my picks for best mobile and handheld. Best narrative. This is another category I'm not too sure of. Her Story. Watch the trailer for that. Very interesting. If you haven't seen it already, go to the website. As you can see here, there is actually trailers for all of them. Life is Strange, another game I hadn't really heard of. Watch the trailer for that. Looks really interesting as well. It's kind of episodic game. Same with Tales from Borderlands. See a bit of a theme with this going on, as a lot of them are to do with these episodic games. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Until Dawn. So I haven't really played a lot of these games on the list, so this is really just going to be a stab in the dark. I'm going to go for something a bit different. Until Dawn for your narrative, just because it's a random pick. I think the one that will win it, however, will be something like Her Story or Life is Strange. So yeah, let's go for Life is Strange. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So that's my pick for who will win this category, or who I believe will win the category, is Life is Strange. Best score and soundtrack. Now this is a bit of a difficult one as well, because as you can see, some of the big heavy hitters here. Fallout 4, it's got an amazing soundtrack. Haven't played the game fully myself, but from what I've heard and from people I know who have played it, they say that the music's pretty great. The score especially. Halo 5 Guardians I've not played, so it's a bit hard for me to make an opinion on. However, if it's anything like the other Halo games, the soundtracks are epic. But the problem being, I think it starts getting a bit samey by the time you get to the fifth one. I mean, I love the Halo 3 soundtrack, but 343 Studios or 343 Industries may have changed up a bit, but I really don't know about that. Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, as always with all of Kojima's games, the soundtrack plays a big part in it, and especially with the tapes that you can pick up as well, kind of setting the mood for the era of time. Ori and the Blind Forest, haven't really heard the soundtrack, played the trailer, but it's quite difficult for these games to kind of break through when you've got these big titles. So this is where you may see occasionally some coming through and winning the category. And The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, not really heard much of the soundtrack of that. So I think that the winner, and I'm going to agree with both these categories, I think it's going to be Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. As good as Fallout 4 soundtrack is, I just know that I just have a funny feeling that Kojima Productions will probably take this one, for both my opinion and the overall what the judges will pick. I may be completely wrong, of course. Oops, it's all going to pot now. You can tell I'm just doing this on the fly. Why is narrative come up again? Right, disappear. Best perform. Oh my god, what's going on here? So you can. This video is definitely right. Best performance. Yay, best performance. I would say this is another one of these difficult categories for myself personally, because I've not played most of these games. So Ashley Birch as Chloe Price from Life is Strange. From the trailer, I did actually gather that the performance was really good. Just realised that the person that played Lara Croft, Camellia Luddington, she used to be in Home and Away. Can't recognise her face. So she may just get the vote just for that fact. Doug Cockle as Geralt, the Witch Hunter 3. Although saying that, yeah, Mark Hamill as the Joker in Arkham Knight, and Vivia Seifried. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. Oh, that's a toughie. For my own personal opinion, just because I think that the Mark Hamill's Joker is probably one of the best versions of Joker. My own opinion, Mark Hamill will win it as a Joker. I think the person who will win it will probably be Doug Cockle. We'll just go for that one. So I think that's who the judges will probably vote for. Let's see if we can get onto Games for Impact without any mistakes. Yay, it's opened up. So let's see what we have here. You can tell by my hesitant voice, I have no idea even what this category is. I never looked at it before starting the video. So Sable seems to be the first one. I haven't even watched the trailer. Don't want to watch the trailers on this video because I really don't want to get any copyrights or anything for showing video play. I don't even know if I get picked up for images, so we'll soon find out. Her Story, Life is Strange, Sunset, and Undertale. All games I've never actually played before. So I don't know if we can even comment on this category. But let's just pick one up with some random. Let's go for Life is Strange again. To pick up another award. That's a nice quick one for you. Best Shooter. This is a category I know well. So we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Destiny: The Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, Splatoon, Star Wars Battlefront. All big heavy hitters in the shooter front. Even Splatoon getting in there for Nintendo, that's really well done, because the shooter market pretty much is the people you see in front of you right now. Your Call of Duty's, Destiny. That's your main ones you would kind of expect to see. Now, as a biased opinion, because out of all these games, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is the only one I've really played, as you know by my channel. My pick would be Black Ops 3. I do love Destiny. I've not played the Taken King yet, and that's the one thing I'm not really sure of, because it's an expansion pack as such. So I don't know how that can really fit into actually being a game. I mean, Destiny itself is a big game in general, but I was very surprised that's even in this nominations. So personally myself, I think it'll be Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I think the judges will go the same route, unless they're massive Star Wars Battlefront fans, then or Star Wars fans, then geek out. That may possibly take it. I don't think Halo 5 Guardians, from what I've heard, with all the problems with matchmaking and that, I don't think Guardians would win it. If it does, I'd be very surprised, but this one I think is going to be Call of Duty all the way. We'll see in my next video if I eat my words on that one. Best Action Adventure. So another great category here. We've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. We have Batman Arkham Knight, another one that was out very early in the year. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Ori and the Blind Forest, which is really hitting it in all the categories. Certainly firing with all the big hitters there. And Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is another game I've not really played because I don't have an Xbox. And if I do want to play it, I'll probably have to wait till next year when it does eventually come out for the PS4. This category, I think it will go to Metal Gear Solid again, because that's just like the soundtrack. It's one thing that Kojima does well, is story-based games. Possibility of Batman Arkham Knight getting in here, but I think for my personal vote and for the judges' vote, it'll be Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. So there we go. See, we're not getting too bad through this. Not long now. So if you are still in this video, thanks very much for still watching. So there we go, best roleplay. Now this is a lot of the categories. So we've got Bloodborne, same for a lot of the Game of Years. Bloodborne, Fallout 4, Pillars of Eternity. I've never heard of that before. See, I'm finding a lot of games that I may have to go and look for. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and Undertale. Oh, so I've already said Fallout 4 is Game of the Year, but is it the actual best RPG? In my theory, then, if that, by my thinking, if it's beating Bloodborne and it's beating The Witcher for Game of the Year, you kind of think it would be the best RPG as well. But as award ceremonies go, sometimes it's really random. Okay, I've got to change it up a bit. I think Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will win this category. So it may not necessarily be the game of the year in the judges' eyes, but for my personal opinion, I think it will be Fallout 4, but I think the judges will go with Witcher 3 Wild Hunt in this category. My logic just doesn't make any sense at all. Best fighting game. It's been quite a weak year for fighting games as far as I'm aware of. We did have Mortal Kombat X, I think that was at the start of the year. Guilty Gear XRD Sign. Never played it. I've heard of the Guilty Gear series, but never actually played the game itself. Not a massive fighting fan. Is that the wrestling one? I don't know. Rise of the Incarnates. Bandai Namco. Probably butchered that title. Rising Thunder. So yeah, not really actually played many of. If I've played none of these games, but just because I'm old school, I'll go for Mortal Kombat X. The fighting genre is not one I really play too often, and I can predict next year's nomination winner already is going to be Street Fighter 5. There we go. Not that bad, I guess. Moving on, best family game. Now, maybe there was a bit of a theme with this one. So we have Disney Infinity 3.0. Don't forget the .0. Which they've quickly put Star Wars in there because that's one of the big draws of 3.0. Lego Dimensions, Skylander Superchargers, which I think is one of a few years in the past, Splatoon, once again, and Super Mario Maker. So a lot of these are your toy, so of course Lego, Disney Infinity, and your Skylanders. Skylanders been doing it for years. I don't know, it's a bit of a tough choice. I personally think myself it would go to Mario. I would pick Mario Maker because it's something that you would dream of as a child. You can make your own Mario levels. So that's what I would pick. I've not played it myself, but I've seen people playing it, and if I ever do pick up a Wii U, it will certainly be on the top of my list to pick it up. I think the judges will go for one of these toy games though. I think Skylanders has kind of run its course. It's been around for that long. I'm going to go for Lego Dimensions because it brings a little bit some different with building the actual Lego, and like you see Batman's riding in the mystery machine there. So a lot of cross platform. So yeah, judges will go for Lego Dimensions. I personally think it will be Super Mario Maker, or it could be the other way around from what I've just guessed there. Best sports racing game. So you get to see the obvious ones in here. So we've got FIFA 16, which I believe FIFA is nominated every year. Forza Motorsport 6, which is an amazing looking game. NBA 2K16. Once again, the graphics on that game and the overall gameplay in the 2K series for the basketball has been amazing. Pro Evolution Soccer 2016 and Rocket League. So, has FIFA done enough this year to take the title? I don't think so. I think that it's not that much different from last year's incarnation. Forza Motorsport looks amazing. Not played it though. NBA series. See, these are annual. I think Rocket League for both awards, because I think the judges are going to see the impact it's had. Now, FIFA's, you're always going to get people playing FIFA, but I think it's kind of threw a curveball this year. So I believe that Rocket League is, considering it's one of the only games I've actually played in this list, I think Rocket League will win it for both judges and my own personal opinion. A bit controversial there, but hey ho, that's what we're making this video for. Best multiplayer, as you can tell, it's much the same as the shooter. So Call of Duty Black Ops 3 again, Destiny Taken King, Halo 5 Guardians, and Rocket League. Oh, of course, in Splatoon. Not giving much love into Splatoon here. Not very many entries from Nintendo, as you may notice. I think Splatoon and Mario Maker are the only ones that have really shown up. Multiplayer. I think my personal opinion would be Call of Duty Black Ops 3 again, but I think, and that's only because, same as I said before, it's really only between that and Rocket League I've played it the most. I think that will win it. The judges, I think, will go between once again either Rocket League or Destiny. I don't think they have much love in for Call of Duty series because it's out all the time every year. Destiny is still quite a new franchise, although it's made by Bungie. But I've got to stick with one. I think that we're going to see best multiplayer going to Rocket League for the judges. I think they're going to make it a massive year for the guys, and do a lot of categories. So that's just the actual. See, my mouse is going crazy again. That's the judges' choices. So here are the fan choices. This is where you guys can actually change these votes if you do want to, and you can actually vote for your favourite here. So esports game of the year. Now, Advanced Warfare is what, just like Call of Duty Black Ops. If you know my channel, I've played a lot of Advanced Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2, Hearthstone, League of Legends. That's all you got for the esports. So my personal opinion, which one will win this? I think it's going to go. Oh, it's a toughie. The only one I've really played is Hearthstone and Advanced Warfare, but I think Counter-Strike Global Offensive will win this title myself. I think that's the one that should win it, but that's a bit hard because I don't really play much of the other games. I had played a little bit of Counter-Strike actually to mention that. So yeah, I think Counter-Strike should win this category. I think the one that will win it will probably be. See, it's tough because the League of Legends and Dota 2 I've not played too much, but I know how massive they are. I think that we'll go with Hearthstone. Let's just put it out there. I don't think Call of Duty's got a chance in this category for the fans because it's massive, and I know how many Hearthstone players are out there. Best fan creation. Now this is one I had to watch the videos for. Some really talented people out there in the gaming community. There's a short movie called GTA 5 Targets, really well made. Definitely recommend at the end of this video watching these videos on here. There's Prism Studios have made a game called Portal Stories Mel. So it's not actually a video, it's actually a playable demo. It's unreal. Real GTA, which is pretty much, you can tell, is somebody's recreated GTA in real life. And Twitch plays Dark Souls, which is something that's kind of been new. It started with Pokemon, but yeah, people with Twitch coming together and playing a game, and it was Dark Souls. Now I've never actually watched the stream. I watched a little bit of it before this video. My personal opinion for the work done, I think the GTA 5 Targets was really well done. So that's my pick because I really enjoyed watching the video. I think what will win it will probably be Portal Stories Mel, because it pretty much recreated a whole area for Half-Life. Yeah. So I would say my pick will be GTA 5 Targets, but I think the one that will win it will be Portal Stories. Now this is obviously voted by the public, so thinking about that actually, it may be Twitch, because depending on how many people have actually played Twitch, they may decide to vote for themselves effectively, so they'll be winning the award. Yeah, Portal Stories, Mel, and GTA 5 will be my pick for this category. Trending Gamer. Almost at the end, guys, almost at the end. Now, I've only heard of some of these guys. I've watched some of their videos before I started. Christopher Monte Cristo Michaels. That was an interesting surname. Yeah, I've not watched much of this guy's stuff, so I really can't comment. I may start watching some of his content now and subscribe and see what obviously must be good enough to make the list. Greg Miller is somebody I've followed ever since finding IGN, and of course the Beyond podcast Beyond, and now Kind of Funny. And I really do admire what the guys have done, him and Colin, and the other guys, of course, Nick, and of course let him host. Those guys breaking away from IGN and creating Kind of Funny is amazing, and certainly Greg is a big personality in the gaming community. Markiplier, yeah, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, another guy I've not heard of, but I will be checking out and possibly subscribing if I like his stuff. Never heard of this guy PewDiePie before. Yeah, PewDiePie, I must admit, I'm guilty. I'm a subscriber. The guy's massive, and he does occasionally make the one or two good videos. Total Biscuit, not somebody I've actually watched, fellow Brit, of course. Not somebody I've actually watched too much of content, but I have subscribed, and I'll look forward to more stuff from Total Biscuit. Now, Public vote, you would kind of go PewDiePie. Thing is, he's got a lot of subscribers, but will he get the votes for this? The people that typically watch his videos, do they vote on these type of things? I think this will go to Greg Miller, in my opinion, and I hope it does. That's who I would certainly want to win this, and that's who I think the public will vote for. This is a biased one. Next one, Esports Team of the Year. Now I know what my opinion is. Probably not going to be the winners. So we have Evo Geniuses, Fnatic, Optic Gaming, SK Telecom T1, and Team Solo Mid. Now, a lot of these teams I don't know of, and the reason being is they're most likely League of Legends or Dota teams, ones that I've never really came across before. Only teams I have heard of is Evo Geniuses, Fnatic, and of course Optic Gaming, Moan Team, who I have followed since really only Advanced Warfare, to be fair. As I said in one of my other videos before, I found Optic Gaming through Syndicate, through Tom, with the games he was playing on Minecraft. From there, I kind of watched the guys' videos, and I think I pretty much subscribed to all their channels. So, the biased opinion, Optic Gaming. I'm going to say they're going to take it because they pretty much dominated Advanced Warfare last year. But as say, the other games are a bit bigger. But I think they should win it, certainly in my opinion. But we shall see. If the green wall gets out there and starts to vote, then we will have a winner. Esports Player of the Year. Now this one I'm just going to have to bow out on because I don't know. You can see a lot of League of Legends, a lot of Counter-Strike, Global Offensive guys. If I had to pick one of them, I'm not even going to go to the names and butcher them. I think that Olaf should win. Why? Because he's probably only one of the guys I've ever heard of before, or I've heard of the Team Fnatic before. So yeah, Olaf, you're going to win this in my opinion, personal opinion. Most anticipated game. So final one, and will be interesting to see. So we have Guerrilla Games Horizon Zero Dawn, No Man's Sky from Hello Games, Quantum Break by Remedy Entertainment, Microsoft Studios as well. The Last Guardian, oh my god, will it eventually come out or will it be delayed again? We shall see. And Uncharted 4 Thief's End. So, quite a good lineup of games. Now, I've only just gone through Uncharted 1, 2 and 3. I've done Uncharted 1. I need to finish other games first. I know they're amazing games, and I know that 2 and 3 are the best ones in the series. I wouldn't certainly pick that myself. Last Guardian, it looks great. I've not seen too much of it, which is a good thing because it means there's a lot more surprises to come. I think that my personal opinion for most anticipated game is No Man's Sky. Looks very interesting, and I kind of like the infinite possibilities, or not infinite, but the amount of possibilities of these worlds you're going to fall into. And I think that will be the people's choice as well. You can see a lot of Sony fanboys coming here actually, and going for Last Guardian or Uncharted. I mean, I could see that being a pretty massive option, but No Man's Sky is something different. I suppose Horizon Zero Dawn as well, but I think No Man's Sky will win this award. And that's us, guys. So thanks very much if you have managed to stick with this video to the very end. We will actually find out on the 3rd of December who will win these awards, and I say after that I'll most likely do another video much like this, just walking through who has won each award, see how right I am, see how wrong I am. I'm guessing a bit more wrong than right. But yeah, guys, leave a little comment below, or even make a video response and send me a link. I'd love to hear what your opinions are of the Game Awards 2015, who you think will win, and of course we want to kind of find out who the winners are, and yeah, let's leave it at that. Anyway, guys, this is Dave from King's Consoles saying catch you later. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video. Eventually. Bye bye.